Hi folks, Ian Trainer here. If I'm looking a little tousled, it's just I've just been for my weekly swim. No, not in the luxury pool in my back garden, I don't have one of those. No, in the local public swimming pool. And here in York, as in many other towns and cities in the UK, people of a certain age can get to swim for free. Yet the popular world price, free. And that leads me on to what I want to talk about today, which is about adding value to whatever you're selling. Because people do want to find something that's free. If they're getting something for nout, as we say in Yorkshire, they're happy. Now, adding value is not a new principle. Many years ago, I used to run sales and marketing courses for small businesses in the neighbourhood, and adding value was part of one of these courses that I ran. Now, I've been looking through the notes that I made at the time, and they are almost directly applicable to internet marketing. So we can learn from the ways that people in the dirt world sell and apply them to our internet marketing activities. First of all, why do we need to add value? Well, there's two important reasons. Firstly, adding value to our product, if we're selling something that's similar or same as other people, enables us to differentiate our product from theirs. In other words, we make it look different. And one of the benefits of differentiation is that it is much more difficult to compare prices, because people can't compare like with like. Another important reason for adding value is because people's perception of something is quite often more important than the actual truth. Now, I think it was Oscar Wilde who once said, a cynic is someone who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. Well, a lot of people buying online are not cynics. They can recognize value, and if the value is great enough, then any difference in price between what you're selling and what a competitive product is going for may be irrelevant. So let's look at some ways that we can add value in our internet marketing activities. One of the cheapest ways to do this is the guarantee. Now, there was a comment made by a member of the Marketing Update community forum recently that there seems to be a trend for internet marketers not to offer guarantees openly. Well, I've seen some people that aren't doing this, and it's a huge mistake. People look for reassurance when they're buying online. Now, a lot of people, myself included at the moment, simply offer the sort of guarantee period that PayPal and ClickBank cover. In PayPal's case it's 60 days, in ClickBank's case it's 8 weeks or 56 days, so very close. Now, I've seen people selling stuff online, digital products, who are offering a whole year's guarantee. Now, you might think, well, that's just asking for trouble, isn't it? It gives them that much more time to return a product or to say, no, I want my money back. In actual fact, how many people do you think after a year are going to say, I want a refund on that? There was a 12 months guarantee. I'm not using it anymore. The answer is very, very few people. Now, I'm fortunate, or perhaps not fortunate, but I carry out my business in such a way that the refund percentage on my products is very small. Now, I'm considering doing the 1 year guarantee to see what happens. Personally, I think it will add a huge amount of value and will cost me nothing. Now, of course, there are problems if you're selling through ClickBank or PayPal, that you can't use their refund system if you're going to give a refund to somebody who bought it more than the ClickBank or PayPal refund period. But that's not a problem. You know, there's all sorts of ways that you can repay people without having to do the official refund. So it's worth considering. Guarantees cost you nothing, or virtually nothing, and they could greatly enhance the value that people put on your product. If this guy's offering a year's guarantee, it must be good. Okay, that's one way to add value. Another way is the personal service that you give. Now, personal service and internet marketing sometimes seem a little out of place. Rubbish. The fact that you're dealing with somebody remotely does not mean that you can't give them an excellent personal service. Now, obviously it goes without saying that this personal service applies to normal commercial transactions. If somebody's not happy, you try and make them happy. But you can go one stage further. I've started experimenting with a system where on the sales page, as a bonus, I add one more thing: me. If you've got a problem with this product, supposing it's about, like my latest product, podcasting. If you've got a problem with podcasting and it's not explained in the videos or in any accompanying reports, contact me. I'll see what I can do to help you on a one-to-one basis. So personal service is a very important way to add value if people know that they can contact you directly. A third way to add value, taken from the dirt world, is packaging and presentation. Now this is vital. Now your presentation starts with your sales page. If your sales page looks rubbish and amateurish, what sort of confidence are people going to have in parting with their money for something that you're going to supply them? You must have a professional looking sales page which exudes quality. Okay, now moving on from the sales page, what about the presentation and packaging of the product? Now packaging with digital goods, again, sounds a little incongruous, but it's not. Let me give you an example. I made the evening meal this morning. It's my job to do so. I do 2 a week in our household. And what I did was I made a stew in a slow cooker using some diced lamb. Now, I didn't dice the lamb myself. I got our local butcher to dice it, and he didn't charge me any more for this little task, and it saved me the time. Okay, a small example. Here's how I use the same principle in my product, or some of my products. I'm selling quite a lot of videos these days, and a lot of internet marketers selling exactly the same videos make people go for these huge downloads. Videos are, big products, big file sizes, and you've got to go through this big download process to get hold of these videos that people are selling. I make it easy. What I use is what I call my video viewer, which means I host the videos myself and people can view them through this bit of software. Now some people say, well, I'd like to be able to download them and look at them elsewhere. That's fine. Most people don't. Again, that's where I'm adding value by making it easy for people and differentiating myself from my competitors who are expecting people to do big downloads. So those are 3 quick examples of ways to add value. Now, there are 2 different types of value that you can add, some of which are free and some of which might cost you a bit. Now, if there's a lot of high price competition and you can't really compete on price by charging more, then you're going to look for the zero cost ways to add value. Now, in internet marketing terms, most of the ways are zero cost. But if you've got a bit of flexibility in pricing, in other words, you can perhaps charge more than your competitors, then perhaps you can look for high quality bonuses that you may have to pay to have the rights to distribute. It may mean that you can charge 50%, 100% more than some of your competitors, because remember what I said, for many people, perception of something is more important than what the product actually is, what the truth is. I want to just wrap up by giving you one leading principle when you're looking at adding value to the product. In fact, I'll show you the slide that I used in my training courses all those years ago. I think you can see that. Always try to offer added benefits which have a higher perceived value to your customer than the actual cost to your business. And it's not difficult to do that. Well, I hope you're taking something away from this little chat, and have a close look at whatever you're selling, and then see how many different ways you can add value, differentiate yourself from your competitors, and either get more sales at the same price or even more sales at a higher price. Bye for now.